new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire, the no-show. Who set you back because they didn't show up on day one, or day two, or ever again. And now your product launch is delayed because you're talking to alien abduction podcasters to track them down. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can help make sure your next hire sticks. In fact, businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This summer, serve up the Cookout Classics, Oscar Mayer hot dogs and Heinz mustard. Grill up a dog, add classic yellow mustard, or loaded Chicago style. We all know it's not a cookout without Oscar Mayer and Heinz.
Tory Lanez, 9SIDE Bodmon. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We got a pretty good episode for you today. We are back with the Tory Lanez marathon coverage. I thought, hey, we might as well talk about some more Tory Lanez. And then I think, after today, we will do one pop track. There was this pop album that dropped. I will check that out. I'll at least do one review, but then we're going to dive back into Tory Lanez for the rest of the week. So, guys, I listened to this album and I stayed up all night listening to the album, had a really good time with this album. And already, I'm just going to say this is probably one of my favorite projects of this year. You have the two things I love. Good rap music, and then you have R&B at the end of this shit. That is just, and there's also some R&B switch ups on this rap album too, which I've heard on here, which sounds pretty fucking good in my opinion. So that's really cool. Anyways, let's get into this shit. Let's talk about it. Starting off with the beat. I love this beat. I like the dark strings. I like the trap beat. Now, it's not the craziest trap beat I've heard in my life, but it's got the intensity. It's got the 808s. It's got the fucking dark-ass strings. It's got the explosion-like sound it has, which I just overall really enjoy. It was like when I listened to the Future album. There was a couple of songs that kind of felt like that, on that album. But, it's just wanting something more. And this is what I'm talking about. Heavy-ass trap drums. Heavy-ass 808s. Really nice dark strings that just kind of take over the whole entire song, which sound pretty fucking fire in my opinion, and overall just really fucking good. So I really enjoyed that. Just fucking fantastic in my opinion. Just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, this shit sounds absolutely fire. And this is my favorite type of rapping from Tory Lanez, is when we do I like to call this, and people like to call this too, I like to call this the no oxygen raps. And what do I mean by the no oxygen?
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at Accenture.com/Spotify.
Oxygen raps. Well, it's when you just kind of go crazy till you're just I don't even know. So the 2 minutes is fucking over, which is just insane. The breath control on here just sounds absolutely fantastic. I love the flows. I love the rapping. I like the overall sound. It's just pretty fucking fire in my opinion. And just honestly too, guys, when you're listening to something like this, one of the things that I really enjoy is that I love all the different flow switches that happen throughout this whole entire verse. Now, there's no hook. And there's no nothing to really, stop this song. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to really switch over to a hook. This is just pure rapping and rapping and rapping. And sometimes, that can be bad, but I think Tory Lanez has always done this very well, in my opinion. He's actually one of the few that can actually do it, in my opinion, and actually make it sound fire, and actually make it sound pretty fucking cool. And, having all these cool flow switches in between, just keeping the vibes going, is overall really fucking fire, in my opinion. And one of the cool things, too, guys, is when, this song came out, it didn't even come out yet. It was one of those preview things before the album even dropped. The Tory Lanez official account reposted my story with this song. So that's not really reposted. I'm not gonna say reposted. I'm lying to y'all. More like viewed the story. He viewed the story, which was just really cool in my opinion. I was like, holy fucking shit, let's fucking go. That's absolutely goddamn fire in my opinion. So I really do overall, think that was a pretty cool thing. And this song right here is probably one of my favorite songs off the album. And it's actually one of the last songs off the album for the rap section, which I just think is, this is a hella way to end off an album. But this is just a song where you can kind of bump in the car, a song where you just kind of like jam out, a song where you just kind of like put this on a speaker and just go fucking crazy in my opinion. So just overall, when we talk about Tory Lanez 9SIDE Bodmon, this beat is just hell so fucking fire. These 808s just absolutely hit. The trap drums are just going fucking insane in my opinion. So one of the cool things that I like about this song is that the different flow switches happen. The flow switches just go fucking crazy in my opinion. So overall, this is one of my favorite tracks off the album. I've had a really good time with this song. And yeah, overall, I'm easily going to have to give this song, I'd easily give it a fucking, honestly, a good, nice, fucking solid 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And thank you so much for listening to this episode. And, I've been having a really good time with this Tory Lanez album. I mean, it's just been a good time. Stayed up all night checking it out. And I'd just say overall, like, holy shit. Just having the disc 1, which is already some fire-ass rap songs, and then having a disc 2, which is the R&B section, is just like, that's a hell of a combination. That's a hell of a good-ass time. That's a hell of a, like, holy fucking shit, let's fucking go. And this is what I wanted. I got really disappointed when Future dropped. I was disappointed last week, too, when King Carson didn't drop. So this is just, just something really cool. So just something really cool to check out. And I'm glad this came out on one of the weeks where I'm just like, content's now looking really good, after this Future album. And then, my worries just, got a lot better than that. Before I go, guys, because I'm pretty sure, here we go. Yeah, I got
This summer, say I do.
I am marrying a stranger.
Like never before.
Am I crazy?
It's a whole new Married at First Sight on Peacock.
Thank God I woke up in love.
With new experts.
My name is Dr. Lisa.
My name's Paul Brunson.
More couples.
This could be the start of a very successful marriage.
And more surprises.
Or maybe not.
Everything is just not enough.
You're a little bit crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I want my fairy tale ending.
Married at First Sight, now streaming. New episodes Thursdays, only on Peacock.
Good comment, Anyways, I was, just chilling. I go on YouTube, and sometimes the YouTube comments just, like, blow my fucking mind. So, I did this review yesterday called Girl Set. It was just a K-pop group. I haven't done K-pop in a while because these motherfuckers just get mad at anything I say, even though it's the fucking truth. Anyways, I get this comment, and it says, "You're so very weird, ... This is a very childish, comment, and then I look at this comment, and that's it. It's got 7 likes. I'm like, all right, people, I guess, agree with this. And then I click on the profile, and it's literally, I kid you not, one of these BTS profile accounts. And y'all know how I feel about, the comments that, have no profile, or they have, a BTS, profile. And this just says everything that I need to know. So I reply with, bro, look at your profile calling me weird. I already know what the fuck the point is. I already know what type of time is. But they responded, and they said, Ken, this is, the English is so fucked up. This person must be from, Singapore or some shit. It sounds horrible. Can't have a profile of my favorite artist. You're weird. You sat down, made a whole video about how much you dislike a song. Please.
Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum.
Unlock over $4,000 in business and travel value annually with statement credits on select purchases from brands like Dell, ChatGPT Business, Hilton, and Adobe, and other benefits. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Based on total potential value of statement credits on select purchases and other benefits, enrollments required, monthly and other limits and terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
If you've ever blasted synth beats from your boombox or burned CDs for your besties, this one's for you. As people get older, much like their music tastes, their health needs change. AG1 is the simple daily health drink designed to deliver over 75 essential daily nutrients and pre- and probiotics to support energy, digestion, and mood, so you can make the most out of every decade and dance break. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
And that's it. You know, you're weird. You're weird because you sat down, made a whole video about how much you dislike a song. You know, it's crazy to me that I've been doing this for 6 years and people haven't read the title. If you read the title of these reviews, if you read the title of these videos, right at the end of the song title, it says, "Let's talk about it, music reviews." Every single song, the title says, "Let's talk about it, music reviews." I get it. You know, the music, I changed the spelling. It's got an X on it. Maybe that looks a little weird. But the end of the title says reviews. So you're already reading the title. If you read the title, you already know that this song is called a review. This song is going to be reviewed. This song is going to be sat down and talked about. Just blows my fucking mind. Nobody reads the damn titles. I've been doing this for almost 6 years and nobody can fucking read a title. But yes, you know, I will sit down and I'll sit down and I'll review a song that I like. I'll sit down and review a song that I dislike. You know, it depends on the day. It depends on the hour. It depends on how I'm feeling. It depends on what's going to fucking happen. You know, it depends if I'm listening to a good song or if I'm listening to a shitty ass song. And that song I reviewed was a shitty ass song. So yeah, I'm going to sit down and review a song that I dislike because it's fucking shit. I just had to talk about this comment because these are the comments I get, guys. You know, when I talked about even BTS, like, these are the same comments I got. And, you know, I just got to respond to them sometimes. But anyways, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.